Hello, welcome to Garage Football. We've just watched Croatia versus England, and England lost 2-1. We're out of the World Cup. Lads, not much to say really.
Well, gutted, aren't we? First half we played really well. It should have been at least 2-3-0 up.
Yeah.
But, you know, when it's 1-0, no matter what game of football, if it's international, Champions League, Premier League, League Two, it doesn't matter. If you're only 1-0 up, it's not enough, is it? So, but I'm really proud of England. I know we lost tonight against a good Croatian team, but the way we've played this tournament and, you know, the way we've conducted ourselves, we've overachieved, haven't we, massively, I'd say. So I'm proud of the boys, but yeah, absolutely gutted. We could have got to the final. It's such a shame.
Well, we should have done. I mean, you said before the game, didn't you, you'd rather lose in the semi-final than the final.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, thank you very much for having me on the channel.
No, that's fine.
Guys.
Thank you.
Always welcome.
I'd say two things. Sad, but proud. So, at least for me, personally, once in a lifetime I've experienced England playing in the semi-final.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, Bill, the chances that we didn't take in the first half, that cost us the game. But that's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes, unfortunately. I just generally don't have any words. That's the emotions that's going through.
It's tough, isn't it?
It's
especially when we've taken the lead as well. It's not like we were behind the whole game. We were trying to chase the game. We were ahead. Yeah. Could we? Is it a case of did we score too early? Or was that not important?
Well, maybe, but then I don't know. What a free kick that was! Fantastic goal.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah.
And you think, well, okay, we can try and get another goal now.
Yeah.
And I think throughout the first half and most of the second half, we still kept our own. We still looked like we were dominant, in my opinion, dominant. And then we just took half the ball, literally. It's almost like we fell asleep and just gave it to them. And they had chances, and Kane should have made it 2-0.
Yeah.
That first half was the one for us. That's where we should have won the game.
Yeah.
We only went in 1-0 up, and as I said, that wasn't enough. Kane, as you said, Ryan had that chance. Yeah. Lingard had a shot from the edge of the box where, if he was had his Man United shirt on, he would have stuck in the top corner, but unfortunately he didn't. So there are chances, and then they grew into the game, Croatia, didn't they, in the second half?
They did, and I felt for me they had to come out in the second half. They had to score.
Yeah.
And when they did, they found the confidence, and Modric and Rakitic just took control of the game.
They got a second win, didn't they? Goals change games. I know it's a cliche, but it changed. As soon as they scored, that next 20-25 minutes, they just ran it all over us. As you say, Modric, Rakitic were running midfield. We couldn't get near them. Ali, Lingard were dropping back, basically playing set midfield essentially. Yeah. Harry Kane was dropping back. He was on the halfway line a lot.
Yeah.
So we weren't getting the ball, therefore we weren't threatening in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, we did wonder how it would pan out in that midfield before the game, as we said. I personally thought we would dominate in the surroundings and on the sides.
Yeah. Well, we were in the first half.
Yes, we were.
But from then onwards, they grew into it, and unfortunately, it seemed to me that England dropped off. Like we had to play 2 penalty shootouts in a row, unlike Croatia. They got second wind and just kept going. They were like a juggernaut. They kept going.
Did not seem tired at all, did they?
No. I suppose if you score, you're not going to be tired, are you? The adrenaline rush.
And also personally, guys, I think obviously going into the extra time, I know we've said Croatia have been in extra time twice before obviously the England game, but I personally thought, because of the fact mentally when you've been there twice and you've done it, it gives you a bit more confidence. I don't know.
Well, plus their squad's more experienced than us. They've got Champions League winners, Modric, Rakitic. Mandzukic is a very experienced and top quality striker. So, and the thing about Mandzukic, he's barely touched it during the 90 minutes, did he? Hardly touched it at all. But that's the thing about quality players like him. One chance. And he took it away. Look, it was poor defending, wasn't it, by England? Lack of concentration. We cleared the ball, and then it came back in from Perisic, wasn't it? He headed it back in. We just fell asleep. And that's all you need, a couple seconds. And it's gone. And he took it well. Good left-footed, good goal. But and a goal that was so unwinnable. Even their first one was, wasn't it, as well? So 2 lapses of concentration has really cost us.
I'm just generally gutted, guys. There's not much I can say about the game. It's just a shame. We could have won that, couldn't we? We should have won that, really. But let's forget about the game, really. All I can say is well done to England for getting to the semi-finals.
Yeah, absolutely.
We predicted would be grateful if we can get to the quarter-finals, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they surpassed that. And on the whole, do I think we played well? I'd say we did. But we just lacked that 10% at the end, and that's what cost us the game.
Well, it's the small margins. Yeah, that's what cost us tonight. But throughout the tournament, I've been really proud of how we've played. We've stuck to our principles throughout. You know, we haven't panicked really. Maybe lost our composure slightly tonight, but we're playing against Croatia. They're a good team. Do you know what I mean? Who like to keep the ball. So, but quarterfinals are what I thought we'd get, but to get better than that, excellent.
I think it's a basis we've created. It's the foundation now. The players are young, and I think in the next Euro now, 2020 is going to be. I think we're going to.
Well, we'll have some confidence, won't we, for that?
Absolutely.
In theory.
Yeah. And this tournament has shown that Gareth Southgate's the man for us.
Oh, absolutely.
The way the players have played for him, the fans, the media have all got behind him.
Yes.
He's the man for us.
Yeah.
England players do trust him. You can see that element of trust in it.
Yeah.
And I think he's done great. Overall, I'm very proud of England. I'm sure you guys are.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm obviously gutted, but what can we do? That is football. It has to be a winner, and then unfortunately they find that last bit of, it's kind of like the last piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
And they found it in extra time, and there's no worse feeling than, if we'd have scored, yes, it would have been different, but it is what it is. It's
well, hopefully the players can learn from this and the management, because 2 years' time, the Euros, if we played like we have done, then the players will be that bit older, wouldn't they? A couple more seasons under their belts in the Premier League. Well, that could be ours. That could be our tournament.
They've had a sniff of success, haven't they?
Yeah.
And then they thought, right, okay, we want more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And could we do the Euros? Yes, we could. And this is probably the first time in years that we can actually go into a tournament and go, come on, England, it's, we can get behind you and we can do it.
Yeah.
I'm gutted, but equally, I'm very proud. I think, to get to the semi-finals, I mean, for years we'd never be even contemplating coming out the group stages, really, would we? I know we have on some years, and we should have gone further with the teams that we said that the golden years. If you like.
Plus we've won a penalty shootout. Yeah. Who would have thought that? Like, we'd actually win a World Cup shootout. So there's been so many positives. Yeah. 2 years' time, the Euros, I think we've got a great shout.
It's a shame though, if Croatia wouldn't have scored and we went to penalty shootouts, again, you never know, it's always a gamble with penalties, but I think we'd have had the confidence to knock them in and get through to the final. But like you say, we can say, what ifs all the time, but what's reality is we're out of the World Cup now.
Yeah.
But we got to the semi-final. Now, if someone would have come up to us and said, look, you're not going to win the World Cup, but you're going to do your country proud and you're going to get to the semis, we'd all been like, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
We'll have a bit of that. But because we were so close now, it's hard to take that in.
Yeah.
But we're not sitting here thinking, oh, we're so disappointed with England, are we? And, we need a new manager, and I think that's always been the case over the years.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that's the difference. Everybody's united. Everybody's to get together. Even though we've failed to get to the final, but it's almost like a success in a way, because we're all proud. We're all happy. We're all feeling the fact that we need. As you said, we don't need to get rid of the manager. In fact, we can build on what we've created now, and. It's only for me personally. I'm proud, and personally I just think we're just going to get better from this now.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And look how far we've come since the last World Cup.
Yeah.
Where we finished bottom of our group and were abysmal, let's say. And the Euros 2 years ago. Yes, we got out of the group, but we were eliminated by Iceland. Look how far we've come in not long time at all.
Yeah.
So another 2 seasons. 2020. we've got every chance if the players keep progressing and Southgate's still in charge, and possibly new players as well come along. You never know. We'll see.
Why not?
We'll see.
I mean, we've got Harry Kane, who's only 20, 24, 25. Sterling's still very young.
Rashford, Alexander-Arnold.
Exactly. Trippier's still young. John Stones.
Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire. And all these players. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Lingard, and we're just we just need to support the players. That's personally what I think.
Yeah.
And I personally think with the experience that we've taken from this tournament, it's a World Cup.
Well, we've got a philosophy now, lads. Last few tournaments, I couldn't tell you how England, what style that we were trying to play. Whereas we've had a style throughout this tournament, and the players for the majority of the games, if not all of them, have stuck to it. Even though not all the results have gone our way, but we've stuck to our principles, and the players know what they're doing, and that's all you need. Keep it going for their qualifying for the Euros and the friendlies, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's get behind them. That's all we can do.
It's hard to say anymore, but yeah, I'm very proud, and
it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I can tell we're all a bit speechless, but
I mean, if there is one thing for me personally, England can improve on, it's definitely the midfield areas. I thought today we lost the game in the second half,
especially when Henderson went off.
Absolutely, and I was gutted. And I said that to you, Bill, didn't I? I said I don't know why he's coming off. Maybe play Dyer and Henderson, perhaps bring on from Delph to cover what Modric and Rakitic, because they were controlling the game too much. Switching from one end to the other, and that's why we were tired in the end, because they kept switching the play, they kept passing the ball, and having that free midfield. But you could understand that we've been playing a system where we had three at the back, and obviously Ashley Young on the left and Trippier on the right. So to change all of a sudden could sort of, debalance the team in a way. So
maybe that's something for Southgate to work on as well. More, maybe more tactical flexibility. I think there has been a bit of that, but even more so, I think but something to improve on.
Yeah.
I don't think this isn't it for England. It's not like we've reached our peak and this is as far as we're going to go.
Yeah.
There's so much more to come from us, I think, and that's really exciting, as well as obviously gutting tonight. But exciting times, boys.
So we just got to get behind them, bring on the Euros, I suppose.
Yeah,
bring on the Euros. Yeah.
But no, proud of England, and well,
it's not coming home, but it very nearly did. And who would have thought that before the tournament started?
No one would have thought we'd be sitting here having this conversation, because let's be honest, we never really thought we would get to this stage.
No, not at all.
There's only one thing to say now, and it's painful to ask this question, but we know England aren't. But who's going to win the World Cup?
Oh, you go first.
Well, on paper you'd say France, wouldn't you? But at the Euros 2016 they were the favourites against Portugal, and they fluffed it, didn't they? And they were the tournament hosts. So, but now a couple of seasons of experience, they've played well in most of the games. Yeah. I'd say they're slight favourites, but Croatia, as we saw tonight, they've got dangerous players at the top end of the pitch. So I think it'll be an exciting game. I look forward to watching it. Obviously England aren't in it, but it should be a good watch.
Agree with you there, Bill, because today, even when I was watching the game, and I said I was very taken back how Croatia was actually defending the game, Ryan. It was almost like, we watched them against Denmark, they struggled a little bit, didn't they? Yeah. And we thought, well, if England are playing, then surely we've got more firepower and more talented players to go out there but they've had to step up their game, because at the end of the day, what we've got to understand, how we feel is how they must have felt. As Croatian fans, they must have sat back and thought, we can win the game. Why can't we? We've got Modric, we've got Rakitic, Perisic, Mandzukic. Yeah. In comparison to England, why can't we win? And that's
Well, they stepped up. Second half, normal time, extra time. Their defence stood up, and obviously their attacking players did. So they've got a chance against France. There should be plenty of goals, I think.
Absolutely, and my prediction would be the French. I've kind of said from the start, I think France will win the World Cup.
You did.
and it's going that way. I would love Croatia to win it because it would be their first time to win it, and obviously they've beaten us, so
lose to champions.
Absolutely, but I just think the French have got, they've got masters everywhere. I mean, Pogba, Mbappe,
and defensively they've been excellent as well. You wouldn't have thought about France.
Yeah,
it's all about the attacking threat, but defensively, Deschamps has done a great job.
Absolutely.
I think I agree. I think on paper, I think technically France are going to win it. But I've got a feeling Croatia are going to shock us.
Yeah,
they might do.
It's all on the day at the end of the day, and technically France are the favourites, and I would not be surprised if France win. But I just have that feeling that it's Croatia's year.
You never know. Yes,
it's the year of the underdog so far, and it's in this tournament, so you never know.
I mean, 2 years ago, Portugal won the Euros. No one expected it.
Exactly.
So it is very possible. I'd love Croatia to win, but
exactly.
Let's see.
But thanks for coming on the show.
No worries. Thank you for coming on.
For the reactions and everything.
Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
Brilliant. Cool. But no, thanks for watching this video. It's a bit disappointed that England have been knocked out, but we're all very proud.
Absolutely, yep.
But we've got loads of videos lined up in the future. So please subscribe and follow us on Twitter, garage_football. Take care.
Cheers.
Peace.